Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Health Show. Today, we are going to talk about diabetes diet, and for that, we have with us today Mini Kalra. She is a clinical nutritionist, a diabetes educator, and a sports nutritionist. She also has her clinic by name Diet It Right. So, without wasting any more time, let me please add to the stream Mini Kalra. I'm just going to be adding her to the stream now to tell us about the perfect but diabetes diet. Hi, Minnie, how are you?
Hi, I'm very good. How are you?
Very good. So, Minnie, for all the people watching you right now, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I have been working in this area of nutrition and diabetes education for past 8 years now, and I have also gained a certification in sports nutrition. Yeah, and I
Okay,
have my clinic with the name Diet It Right. Yeah, so
right,
anybody out there can contact me there.
right. So,
Yeah.
okay, like I told in the introduction, we are here to discuss about the diet of a diabetes. So,
Yes.
what exactly is to be included in a diabetic diet? Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yes. So, as we know, the diabetes has already spread its legs everywhere in the world, and India
Right,
has already become the diabetes capital. So, definitely, there is so much to do in the area of diabetes, and diabetes is a kind of lifestyle disorder, a lifestyle disease. So, we can definitely, like, we can take care of our lifestyle, we can modify our lifestyle to take care of that.
right. So, also,
Yeah.
people say that we must avoid sugar completely when we talk about a diabetic diet. So, is it
Yes.
true, like avoiding sugar completely, or can we use brown sugar? What exactly is the role of sugar in a diabetic diet?
Yeah, so there are many myths around us. Every day we
Right,
hear a lot of new stuff. So this is one of them. Yes, definitely sugar plays a very important part. So what is diabetes? Actually, I should focus on that first. So diabetes is when we eat anything, any food item that gets absorbed in our body, and that becomes glycogen. Glycogen is the form with which which we have our energy. So it is
right,
the yeah. So glucose is formed whenever we eat anything. Glucose is plain sugar only. So definitely when we have sugar straight away, then it will definitely going to increase our sugar blood sugar levels. So yeah, but there are myths don't consume sugar, don't consume mangoes, don't consume rice. So there are many of them. I think we will
right,
come
right.
like later to that.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
also, Minnie, could you tell us what importance does a diet hold when you talk about diabetes? Can it
Yes.
actually be cured, or if not cured, at least improve the condition of a diabetes if we follow proper diet? What is the role of diet when we talk about diabetes?
Yes, so definitely diet has a very major role when we talk about diabetes because, as I told you, it is a kind of lifestyle disorder, and our
Right,
lifestyle comprises of our of what all we eat, how much we are active, how much we are sleeping, the stress levels, everything. So diet definitely plays a very important role because whatever we are going to put inside our stomach, that definitely plays a lot of role.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so also, like you were talking about some myths. So could you tell us some of the very basic myths that are there in people's mind as far as diabetes is concerned? Some common myths that you come across.
Yes, so there are few of them that I want to take into account. One of those are don't eat mangoes, don't eat sugars, don't eat breads, don't eat rice. So many food items are there which we often hear people saying that don't have these if you have diabetes. So I want to tell them that you can have everything. There is no thing like you have to avoid it, 100%. So you
Okay,
can have everything but in moderation. So moderation is the key here which we have to
right,
take care of. So for
right,
example, if we talk about rice, it definitely increases sugar, but only if we take a lot of rice. So so the quantity, the portion size is very important. Same with mango. If you eat 4 mangoes at a time, that will definitely increase your sugar, but if you will eat just one at a time, that will not. So portion sizes are very important. Yeah.
right.
Second,
Also,
yeah.
no, no, go ahead, like
Second,
you were saying.
Second myth that I want to take into account is many people think that if you start the medication for diabetes, then you have to have it for entire life. You can't leave medicine. Once you start it, you will be habitual to that. So to this, I want to answer that like diabetes is something which will be there for with you for the lifetime. It is not something that you have eaten medicine and it will be cured. So it is a kind of thing that will be there till your end. So you definitely have to manage that, and in order to manage diabetes you will have to take medicines. So it's like
Right.
that. It's not like that you have started eating medicines and you will be habitual to that. So nothing like that.
Right. So also, if
Yes.
we talk about diabetes, there are a lot of different types of diabetes, right? So does diet vary from different type of diabetes? Like, for example, let's say if a person has type 1 diabetes, would their
Hmm.
diet differ from a person who has some other type of diabetes?
Yes. So firstly, I want to tell you that there is no term called as diabetes diet as such. So
Okay.
the diet that I generally give to my patients is something which is balanced diet, like balanced in terms of all the nutrients, all the macronutrients, everything. So there is no
Right.
term called diabetic diet as such.
All right.
So yeah, so there are different types of diabetes, and there are different types of people as such. So we have to, we have to plan diet according to that, according to the age, according to the body type, according to the challenges that a patient is facing.
Right.
Definitely. So
Right.
yeah, you have to keep in mind all the things.
Right. So also,
Yeah.
let's say a person has diabetes that is on borderline. All right. So can they still eat their favorite sweets, or let's say a favorite fruit once in a while? Is that allowed?
Yeah, definitely. So, if someone is at the verge of getting diabetes, which we often call as pre-diabetes stage, so that is a stage where your blood sugar levels are such that they are not categorized as diabetes, and it does not require any medication, but it is
Okay.
only something which requires lifestyle modification. So,
Right.
definitely for those people, if they take care of their diet and the physical activity and the stress levels, so then they will definitely, they can delay the onset and they can prevent themselves from getting diabetes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So also, since you've been in touch with a lot of people who've been suffering from this, could you tell us some very common mistakes that you come across that people make while they have diabetes? Some common mistakes that should be avoided.
Yes. Yeah. So, like I have seen two kinds of people. One is who are very fearful and they just give up on everything. They don't eat
Right,
their
right,
stuff. They are fearful of high sugars. They keep pricking themselves for checking sugar. They just don't eat anything. They just have their normal stuff: roti, sabzi, dal, chawal, etc., etc. So
absolutely.
to those I want to tell that they don't need to be fearful. They just need to understand the situation. They need to understand the disease, that it will not harm them. So like they can definitely eat their favorite stuff and everything they want, but in right quantity.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
Like you
and
said,
one
moderation is the key.
Yes, right. So, and on one side, on another side, there are people who are very careless and they just, they just go, whatever they want to do, they do that. They don't take care. They don't have medicines on time. They don't have insulins on time. So, to those, I want to say that diabetes is definitely, firstly, it will be there for their lifetime. Secondly, it can harm them in any possible way they can think of, because
Right,
diabetes is a condition which can impact all the other body organs, be it your eyes, the kidneys, the nerves, everything, heart, everything. So to those
right.
I want to say that you definitely need to take this situation seriously, and they should definitely think about their health.
Right. So what you're trying to say is we should not be afraid of the disease, but at the same time, we should also be responsible and,
Yes, right. So we have to make a balance between these two things and be
right,
mindful in whatever we are doing.
right. So like you mentioned about medicines and insulin, so I want to know that are there any side effects of those medicines that are given for diabetes?
Yes, definitely. Many medicines have side effect, which is in fact not a side effect. We can say a good impact, which is weight loss. So many diabetic
Right, right,
medicines are such which gives you weight loss as well, with the betterment of sugar.
right,
Secondly, insulin, with insulin it is to be taken care of that if we take more insulin by mistake, or if we are taking insulin and not eating properly after that, then we can land up into a situation called as low sugar, which is very
Right.
harmful, definitely. So that can arise only if we are not if we are not taking insulin in correct quantity, or if we are eating less or something like that. So that's not
Mhm.
a side effect which is definitely there, but it
Mhm.
can arise due to our uh, irresponsibility.
Negligence. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
definitely. Also,
yes,
especially the situation that we are in right now, the pandemic, coronavirus, like we all know. So there
yeah,
is a lot of saying that, people who have diabetes fall in the risk zone of coronavirus, like they are at risk
yes,
the most. So what is the
yes.
actual truth behind it, and why is it so, if at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is we have seen people like who are dying or who are having more serious consequences of coronavirus. They are most of them are diabetic. So
Right.
definitely it has a relation. When someone is diabetic, he his system is already compromised because his body is already dealing with some disease. And also with diabetes, our immune system gets little low, so it gets compromised a bit. So that's why if someone with diabetes gets coronavirus, covid positive, then maybe he will land up into serious consequences. But here I want to say that not all diabetics are same. So a person with better sugars, better blood sugars, he will not be having such serious consequences as compared to a person who is not having a better sugar or a maintained sugar.
Right. So
Yes,
so we've talked about people who are actually aware of their situation, like if their blood
yes.
sugar level is high or low. But what about the people who are not regularly checking their sugar levels? Is there any symptoms by which we could know that if our blood sugar level is getting high or low? Any symptoms that our body shows?
Yes. So for low sugar, definitely there are symptoms like one will feel like weakness, or maybe lot of hunger and drowsiness, fatigued, and like sweating. So there are not many symptoms related to low sugar. But when it comes to high sugar, there are no such symptoms, and there are chances that people get to know about their diabetes only when they have some diabetic complications, or we can say when some of their organs are already affected, and then they get to know about the diabetes, because
Right,
we are in a habit of checking our sugars every day or every month or whatsoever. Like once
right,
someone is diabetic, he or she definitely has to check their sugars like once in a week or something, depending upon the schedule of their medicines. But
right.
one who is not diabetic, he will not take this pain to check sugars frequently.
Absolutely,
Yeah, but
absolutely.
there's nothing like we get to know about high sugar. Low sugar definitely we know about, but high sugar we generally don't get to know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So also, like you said, let's say a person has diabetes and they've been, prescribed medicines that they're taking for quite some time now. What effect would you think they would have on their bodies? Like, do these medicines have any effect on the body that would, show later on? What kind of effect does these medicines leave on a person's body?
So not much. Actually, this is also a myth that all medicines have some or the other side effects. I mean, that's truth, but in case of diabetes, for those people who don't take medicines for the sake of that, they will get some side effects. So they should not do it, because high sugar will affect them much more badly than the side effects of medicines.
Right.
Yeah, so they should definitely take medicines, and there are side effects like little nausea and maybe some drowsiness or metallic taste in the mouth. So that's okay. There is not something which one cannot tolerate. So
Right,
that's
right, right. Also, there is this saying that people who have diabetes should cut down their carbs and have high intake of protein. How far is this true?
Yes. So yeah, so we have been hearing this like every day. So
Yeah.
this is the thing. I mean, carbs are very much important for our body. Carbs have gained a lot of negative image over the last few years, but it's not the truth. So carbs are
Okay.
definitely needed for our body because it has, it gives us energy. We get energy from carbs only. But the thing is,
Right.
we have to choose our carbohydrates very wisely. So when it comes to diabetes, we have to eat those food items more which take more time to get converted into sugar in our body. Okay, so
Okay.
all those food items which are complex in nature, which have like, for example, fruits, vegetables, complex carbohydrates like multigrains, they take time to get digested in the body, and hence they take time to get converted into the blood sugar in the body. So these are to be taken more. And
Right.
about the protein, yes, protein also takes time to get digested. So that's why it is said that take protein more. But there is nothing, there is no such knowledge that someone has to take protein more and carbs less. Everything should be in a right proportion.
Right. Also,
Yeah.
Mini, I want to know, my father is diabetic and he's been taking medicines for quite some time now. So what he's done is he's obsessing with cloves. I mean, sorry, garlic cloves these days. So
Okay.
what he does is he takes 3 cloves of garlic first thing in the morning with lukewarm water. And he has,
Hmm.
this is his personal experience. He's actually finding it really helpful. Do
Hmm.
you also think that such home remedies can actually help control the blood sugar level in the body?
Yeah, so there are many things like garlic, there are fenugreek seeds, there is cinnamon, which definitely help lowering down the blood sugar. But I would suggest that no one food item has the capacity to control your blood sugar.
Right.
It's the entire diet and your physical activity that makes it better. So there is
Right.
no such miracle food that you will include in your diet and everything will be all right. So entire thing should be taken care of.
Right. So, Mini, if
Yeah.
you had to tell 3 food that are absolutely great for people who have diabetes and 3 food that should be completely avoided, what would those be?
All right. So, three free foods which I can tell is number one is vegetables.
Right.
So, any of the vegetables except potato and other starchy vegetables. Second would be salad. So, they both actually belong to same category, but because I have to name three, so I'm counting them as different. So,
Right.
vegetables, salad, and nothing else. One can have water or any beverages, and without sugar beverages, but there is no food item which is free to consume.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we talk about fruits, then one should definitely take care of the fruit intake, because if we overdo on the fruits, then it will also land up into high sugar, because
Right.
everything has glucose, everything has sugar, everything converts into glucose once it is inside the body. So there is nothing like free food, but yes, vegetables and salads are something that does not make much harm, because they take time to get converted and they have more of fiber. That's why.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And
Also,
about
3 things that they should completely avoid.
yes, so number one is definitely sugar, because it does not take any time to get converted into sugar, because it's always already the plain sugar. Number two can be cold drinks,
Mm-hmm.
aerated beverages, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, everything. They have enormous amount of sugar, so better avoid them. And
Right.
the third thing would be, I personally feel to avoid breads and biscuits and other bakery items. The
All
reason
right.
behind it is because we generally don't count them while eating. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I have any client, they just tell me about lunch, dinner, breakfast, but we don't generally count in between snacks. We don't generally count how many biscuits we are gulping down. So
Correct.
that makes a lot of difference. So definitely all the bakery items for
Right.
diabetics,
So,
strictly
when you
no.
talk about bread, do you also include brown bread in it,
Yes,
or is it just
definitely.
the
Because
white breads?
I think, yeah. So, yeah, so all the breads,
Okay.
because all the breads have refined flour and have fat into them. So
Right.
now people have also started making breads at home. So if you can do that, then it's fine. But whatever you get from outside, like the normal stuff which we get from outside, they have refined flour as well. If we
Right.
are
Right.
purchasing from some particular bakery, then that's a different story.
Correct. So
Yeah.
also, is there any measurement to how much sugar can a diabetic person intake?
Yes.
Let's say, I've heard that the first thing in the morning they should definitely avoid completely sugar. But what
Hmm.
about the rest of the day? How much sugar can they actually take?
So if a person is diabetic and he or she is taking care of her, like their sugar levels completely, then I mean, direct white sugar is a strict no. White sugar, and we don't even require white sugar in our system. So in
Right.
other forms we can have, like we are eating fruits that also has sugar. We are eating vegetables that also have sugar. So we don't need white sugar as such in our system. That's not required. That we just eat because we are habitual of eating that. We are so used to eat sweets after meals, and I mean chocolates and all this stuff, but we generally don't require them in our system. So avoid as much as you can, but if you want to eat, then again moderation is the key. So you can have anything, but in a right proportion.
Right, right. Also,
Yes.
when we talk about diabetes, a person who has recovered, let's say they've been taking medicines and their sugar level is completely under control now. Can they
Yes.
still, indulge on their favorite meal and absolutely forget that they were ever, above the borderline? Can they do that?
Yeah, once in a while definitely they can do that, because we all are human beings and we want to indulge in our favorite stuff. So that's okay, like once in 15 days or something, but
Okay.
provided that they're taking care of their health. I mean, it should not be a regular thing, but yes, once in a blue moon everything is okay.
Right. Also,
Yes.
can the process be reversed with proper diet? If we talk about diabetes, if proper diet is maintained, do you think there would ever be a time when a person would not need medicines at all?
Yeah, so that happens. I mean, that I have also seen in many people. So unfortunately, now we are seeing many kids also coming up with diabetes.
Correct, correct.
So yeah, and that's totally because of their irregular lifestyle and their, I mean, eating habits and physical inactivity. So in those cases mostly I have seen that if like they come to a better lifestyle, a balanced diet, a physical activity of at least 1 hour in a day, then they can definitely reverse this. And I mean, I have seen people doing that, but there are cases like, I mean, we cannot claim that with diet it will be reversed, but yes, in some cases it can be done.
Right,
But like,
right,
for example, in the case of type 1 diabetes, where insulin is not at all getting produced in our body, then we cannot reverse that. I mean, for
right,
them insulin is definitely needed, and there is no other solution for that.
right, right.
Yeah.
Also,
So
like you
whenever,
mentioned about
yeah, yeah.
a lot of children getting diabetes these days. So is it
Yes.
also because of the heredity? Like they say that, but diabetes is something that you can probably get in your genes as well. So if a
Yes.
person's parents or grandparents have had a history of diabetes, should they be more cautious about their food
Yes.
choices?
Yes, undoubtedly. So heredity plays an important role, and like if your parents, grandparents have diabetes, then you have definitely more chances to get diabetes. So we can always delay the onset of disease by changing our lifestyles, by taking care of lifestyle, because this is only a lifestyle disorder, and we can definitely keep ourselves away from that. I mean, we can delay the onset.
Right,
We cannot say that we can help them by like we can help them and it will not happen. That is not the case, but we can delay the onset. That is the thing.
right, right. So how difficult
And
does it get? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so I was saying, like children are getting more diabetes nowadays. The reason behind this is that they are not physically active at all. They are eating all the junk from around the world. So that's the basic reason that they are getting diabetes. I mean,
Right,
their
right.
lifestyle has gone for a toss. So that's the main reason for them to get diabetes.
Absolutely. But with
Yes.
children, it gets even more difficult, for them to plan the diet and make sure they follow the diet because,
Yes.
children go at all the places in the world. So, how do we
Yeah.
make sure to, if a child has diabetes, what
Hmm.
difference would their diet have as compared to if an adult has diabetes?
Yes. So definitely it has to start at a very initial level. Like from the very childhood, we have to take care of this. Like for example, two, three examples, like we always tell our children to, for example, if they are playing for 1 hour, then they will get a reward of some food item. If they come first, then they will get a treat. If it is their
Right,
birthday,
right,
they will give a treat. So I mean, everything is so much surrounded by the food that they are more prone to eat, out and all the convenience food. So I think this should be started at a very initial level. I mean, when they are small, don't make food item a reward or a punishment. Maybe someone
right.
is not doing his or her work, then we ask them not to have meal for that time, because I mean he's not doing. So don't do that. This is the very first step. Second, if someone gets diagnosed with the diabetes, then again there are two kinds of children with diabetes, one with type 1 and one with type 2. So with
Right.
type 1, generally they're I mean they both of them are prescribed a good balanced diet. But for type 1, because they are on insulin, so their insulin levels also need to be matched with the food. I mean,
Okay.
they have this thing to modify their insulin levels on their own. They can calculate how much they are eating, and then they can calculate their insulin levels. So
Correct.
that they have to do. And for those type 2 diabetes in kids, then they definitely have to take care of their lifestyle. I mean, in the diet, if definitely balanced diet should be there, but they also should be physically active. That's
Right,
a very important thing. At least 1 hour of physical activity in a day for children.
right. So that works for adults as well. Does physical exercise make a difference?
Yes, yes, definitely. So physical exercise is important for everyone. I mean, no matter if you have diabetes or no, if you are healthy or whatsoever, but physical
Absolutely.
activity.
But when we talk
Yes.
about diabetes, is there any special, mention that has to be given to physical exercise?
Yes. So for adults, it should be minimum 30 minutes and maximum like 45, 50 minutes they can do. But for children, it is definitely minimum 1 hour of exercise. But all like adults or kids with diabetes, they have to take care of their medicines while, while being out. So if they are exercising, so they need to take care of their medicines. They need to talk to their endocrinologist about the same, because few medicines have prolonged effect and their sugar may drop down because of that.
Right,
So they need
right.
to match both the things, physical activity and the medicines and insulin. So
Correct.
everything should be synchronization.
Right. Meaning
Yeah.
also there are a lot of advices, opinions when it comes to diabetes. Like people would hardly go see a doctor to know what exactly they should follow and what not, because they all
Yeah.
have their own opinions and there are a lot of advices coming in. And like you mentioned, a lot of myths going around. So how do we
Yeah.
decide which one is correct, what to do, what not to do? Especially when we talk about diabetic patient, it gets all the more difficult for them to actually decide which advice is worth taking. So what do you have to say on that? What you would you like to suggest them?
Yeah, so the first advice that I want to give to all of them is that don't just rely on whatever WhatsApp messages you are getting. So there are
Correct.
so many words and WhatsApp messages that claim you to be non-diabetic if you follow them. So there is no such miracle in the world about that. Secondly, they should definitely be in contact with an endocrinologist. Most people fear doctors and then they don't go to them, and they
Right.
fear that it will put them on the medications and then it will be a lifelong thing or such. But then
Mhm.
at the same time, if they are not going to the doctor, they are harming themselves only, because
Right.
diabetes can impact all the other body organs. So
Absolutely.
like once in 3 months, 6 months, whatsoever your endocrinologist suggests, you have to go to the doctor. Thirdly is follow a good balanced diet, a physical activity regime, and like manage your stress levels also by doing
Right.
meditation or yoga or something. Yeah.
Right. Also, many, I would want to ask you, any meal that you would suggest to all the diabetic patients out there watching you right now. So, any
Mhm.
meals, if you had to give them a morning meal, an afternoon, and a night meal, what would you suggest them?
Yes. So, firstly, I want to tell them that they should make changes at all the levels. For example, when it comes to diet, all the food groups need to be modified. For example, when we are talking, so diabetes can be managed better if you are in a good range of your weight. So you should definitely look forward to lose your weight as well. So because it is seen that if you are obese, you are more prone to get diabetes. If your
Right.
abdominal fat more, then you are more prone to get diabetes and its complications. So the first motive while planning diet is to achieve a good weight loss and then maintain that achieved body weight. So for that, all the food groups need to be modified. For example, when it comes to milk, it should be toned or double toned milk. When it comes to cereals, it should be multigrain cereals. If we are talking about rice, then it should be brown rice, red rice. When we are talking about other cereals, then quinoa, oats, barley, bajra. So multigrain should be used. When we are talking about vegetables, then definitely all those vegetables which have like more fiber, for example green leafy vegetables.
Right.
And when you're talking about fruits, try to have more fruits which have more fiber, like oranges, apples, like this. When we are
Right.
talking about veg, then better choose like chicken or fish and very less mutton. So all these things to be taken care of. When it comes to
Correct.
oil, definitely a combination of oil and a total of 3 to 4 teaspoons of oil, not more than that.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so all these things to be taken care of. And then yeah, so it is not just one thing which is which matters. Everything matters. So whenever a person has to eat food, he should definitely keep in mind the concept of food plate, where we say that half of the plate should always be filled with vegetables and salad,
Right.
whatsoever food it is. One fourth of it should be only proteins, the good quality proteins, and then one
Correct.
fourth of it should be carbs, which can be brown rice or quinoa or oats or multigrain, a good kind of carb. So we
Right.
have to design that plate like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything keeping in moderation could probably be good, and also including as many greens as you can in your diet, like Minnie said, would be wonderful and can do wonders to your health. All right, Minnie, with this, we've come to the end of today's episode of the Health Show. Thank you so much for being with us today. It was indeed a very informative session. I'm sure a lot of people, including me, have learned a lot. So thank you again for being with us today. Any last
Thank you so
message
much
that you
for
would like to
calling me
give to
here.
all the people listening to you right now?
Yeah, so I just want to say that don't panic the situation, don't fear of the disease, but just understand what is this and then deal with it. So with diabetes also, people have more of fear than knowledge, and
True.
just don't like rely on any forwards or any third person's advice that you are getting every other day. So just rely on some genuine sources of information.
Right. All right,
That's it.
Minnie, thank you again for being here. It was actually wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was Minnie Kalra talking to us about diabetic diet. For a lot more such diet plans, stay tuned to the Health Show. Thank you.